Yo, welcome back everybody. How are you guys doing today? Today we're gonna be looking at a video titled Most Stupid People Caught on Camera. It's from a channel called World Revealed. As you already know, the original video will be down in the description below. And yeah, if you're new around here, hi, my name is hi, my name is Billy or Lewis. You can call me which one. And if you're not around here, subscribe. You know what I mean? Hit that notification bell and get notified when I upload a video. And that's basically my shit, the intro. And yeah, let's get into the video.
From an FBI agent stepping over an already open gate to a young woman accidentally pulling her hair out while eating corn with a drill. Find out today about the dumbest people caught on camera. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all the notifications and not miss anything of our next videos. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Alright, let's get started.
During a bike ride, this cyclist encountered a barrier. While her companion chose to cross it by going over it with great ease, this woman had much more difficulty to cross the obstacle. The reason? Well, she first got off her bike and then tried to lift the bike to the other side of the road. Of course, the young woman had all the trouble in the world to succeed. Indeed, her bicycle was even blocked in the middle of the barrier. Fortunately, her friend quickly came to her aid. He carried the woman's bike and dropped her off, waiting for her to pass under the barrier so that she could join him. Except that everything did not go as planned. The sportswoman once again preferred to cross the fence by going over. This did not fail to impatient the young man. After all, this woman's technique for crossing a simple fence is as amazing as it is amusing.
No, I left her.
Here is a man who found a totally inefficient solution to empty the water in the sidewalk of a street in Venice while being armed only with a red bucket. Indeed, this man, dressed in a suit and rubber boots, decided to fill his bucket and empty it into the alley. It must be said that he is not close to reaching his goal. Far from it. Despite this, the man perseveres, firmly believing that he could drain the water from the sidewalk.
Fake, right?
Of course, as you can imagine, this technique is doomed to failure. Nevertheless, it allowed this man to make the buzz on the web. Some internet users suggest that this is just a joke, while others think that this man seriously lacks intelligence. In any case, one thing is sure, our protagonist has managed to amuse a multitude of people around the world. Still in the category of people who aspire to dry up a too wet street, here is a new representative, and not the least. This man, wearing a t-shirt, shorts and flip-flops, noticed that rainwater was accumulating on the street. So he decided to take matters into his own hands. So, he equipped himself with a bucket and a mop. After that, he tried to dry the street with his advanced equipment. Not surprisingly, the man had a long time to go if he wanted to achieve his goal. What did not fail to make a good number of internet users laugh on social networks. And we understand why. Today, this video sequence has even become a reference to describe anyone with a low IQ. The containment necessary for the fight against the coronavirus implies big changes in our lifestyles. Many are forced to do sports at a distance. This leads to many adaptations. And because these adaptations are sometimes difficult to put in place, and some people do not mind cheating when they have the opportunity. As it is the case of this young woman. She was doing some exercises with a man who was trying to reproduce her movements. At the beginning, everything was going as planned. Thinking she's on the ground, the man did not suspect for a second that his teacher could resort to cheating. However, he was very intrigued to see that the woman was able to hold on to 2 fingertips. Then, he finally got an answer to his questions by seeing through the camera the young woman's dog walking on the floor. He realized that instead of being on the ground to perform such exercises, the woman was standing against a wall. Unmasked, she then tried to chase away her pet. Unfortunately for her, the deception was already revealed. As for the young man, he was furious and immediately put an end to his exercise session, which is completely understandable. In Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, a man decided to park his car in the middle of the road, thinking that his purchase would be brief and that he would not risk having his vehicle stolen. The man took the time to ask the merchant all the questions he could think of concerning his purchase. But this was without counting on the thief who saw an opportunity not to be missed. Indeed, while the man was taking his time, a car suddenly arrived in parallel to his.
Why would you leave your keys in the car?
A man got out of the car to steal the car. Probably hesitating to do so since it was still daylight and the owner of the car was only a few steps away, he decided to abandon his attempt to steal. However, another man, who was braver, did not hesitate long before getting into the vehicle and starting it. In the meantime, the man, who had just had his pickup truck stolen, did not suspect anything. 30 seconds later, the man in question finally realized that his car was gone. Panic-stricken, he then started to run vainly down the boulevard. Unfortunately for him, the thieves were already long gone. Nevertheless, it is certain that
See,
in the
you
future
deserve
he
that. Why
will
you leave your
probably not
keys in
make
the
the
car?
same mistake. At least, we hope not. Just because you're an FBI agent doesn't mean you can't cover yourself in ridicule. The proof is in this video clip. It shows a federal police officer responding to the Boston bombings in New Jersey in 2013. This agent then stepped over a portal,
They even
but in
tried to
his haste,
see if
this
it's
member
unlocked.
of one of the world's best-trained organizations forgot to check if the portal was already open, something he will regret. Yes, after climbing the gate, it opened by itself. He nevertheless saves appearances
he
thanks
pulled
to an
it.
admirable
He
stoicism.
pulled it.
As for the other FBI agents, they only had to pass through the portal quietly. However, perhaps we should not be so quick to throw the stone at this agent. Indeed, many theories in his favor have been circulating on social networks. They would like in fact that the gate could well be closed, and that the weight or the feet of the agent finally opened it while he was climbing it.
Yeah.
In any case, this video has been a great success on the web, with nearly 10 million views on YouTube.
10
If you were
million.
planning to eat a corn cob with a drill, as we
Yeah.
can see some viral videos on
Yeah.
the web, this video will probably dissuade you. And not without reason. By participating in the famous corn drill challenge, whose goal is to eat corn with a drill in 10 seconds, a young
You
Asian
stupid.
woman
I'm
almost
sorry.
ended up bald. Indeed, a lock of
Look
his
at
hair
that.
accidentally got stuck in the rotation of the drill.
Look,
The
oh
result?
my-
She violently tore off an important lock of hair from the top of her head.
Wow.
Faced with such a
Where is she
situation,
now?
the young woman obviously had a hard time realizing what had just happened, but despite her remarkable serenity,
goes.
she quickly went to the nearest doctor to be diagnosed. Eventually, her hair should grow back normally.
Oh,
But
okay.
according to some media, such a pulled-out strand may have damaged the hair roots. This
Ah.
would prevent the hair from growing back as it was in its original
Oh, serious
state.
fate.
In any case, this young
I'm
woman
about to watch that
probably
video
regretted
before-
having
after
attempted
this.
such a challenge. Wanting
Yeah, I
to
wanna
prove
try
his
that.
resistance to the
See, look
cold
at me.
under the eye of a
That could
camera,
happen to me
this
too.
man dressed in a simple bathing suit decided to dive into a pool. Except
I would
that,
do that
it
too.
seems that he just forgot to check if the water was liquid.
I would
So,
do that too.
once the young man
He's not
made his
stupid.
dive, he
He's
crashed on the
funny.
ice layer with a thud, and the least we can say is that he hurt himself. In
gonna
fact,
fight.
while his friends were laughing out loud,
Yeah, I
the
would
young
do that
man
too.
lay on the surface of the pool for a long time, unable to get up. In the end, more fear than harm for this episode viewed by millions of internet users, since the young man was fortunately able to get up without difficulty. He was
Okay,
even
that's
as
good.
amused as his friends by this incident. This young boy, probably not having found a bottle opener nearby, decided to open beer bottles with his iPhone. Yes, you heard
that's like my
right.
phone.
And the most amazing thing is that it actually worked. At least, at first. Thus, the young man managed to open with great ease a first bottle thanks to his phone. Unfortunately for him, while trying to open a second bottle while applying the same technique,
It was already
things went
bent on the
wrong.
second one.
Yes, as expected, the young man finally broke his iPhone. At that moment, while his friend
about to break
burst
that
out
shirt too.
laughing, the young man bitterly regretted his gesture. After all, he had just lost his iPhone. For sure, in the future, he will not venture to repeat this same
Open with your
mistake.
teeth.
To celebrate the transition to the new year 2019, Michael Manillo wanted to mark the occasion. So, the manager of the three-star gourmet restaurant, The French Laundry, in Yountville, California, joined his teams in the kitchen with a huge
this one.
bottle of champagne of no
I've
less
seen
than
this one.
15 liters.
Well, I've seen this
Following
one,
this,
maybe.
the manager of the restaurant tried
He
to
breaks
slash
down
this
it.
Nebuchadnezzar of Bielkart salmon brute, estimated at €2,000, while all the smartphones were pointed at him. The problem? Well, Michael Manillo doesn't seem to be good when it comes to sabering a bottle. Not surprisingly,
yeah.
after several attempts, he ended up exploding the bottle. Nevertheless,
the
he
chef
still
is mad.
avoided injuring the young man who was carrying the bottle to help him in his
Well, not the
attempt,
chef, but
which
the
is
servant.
already quite happy. It must be said that the year 2019 did not start under the best auspices for this manager.
Yeah.
As many internet users do regularly, this young woman wanted to take a picture of her dish and then share the images on her social networks with her friends. However, things didn't turn out
Yeah,
as she imagined.
that chair looks very wobbly.
Far from it.
Alright.
The reason? Well, to find the perfect angle, she started by climbing on a bench. So far so
Which
good.
looked-
However,
I think it
at
wobbled
one
in the
point,
beginning,
when
didn't
she
it?
tried to bring a plate closer to take her picture, this young woman leaned
Yep.
forward a little too much and lost her balance. At that moment, the fall was inevitable. But that's not
Look
the
at that
worst of
shit.
it. As she fell, her foot accidentally caught on the table and, as a result, all the dishes she was trying to take a picture of were knocked over. A situation that, surprisingly, did not fail to make the young woman laugh. While intoxicated, this driver lost all notion of danger. While her car stalled in the middle of a freeway, not far from San
Oh,
Diego,
she peed.
California, this young woman was taken by a pressing need, so she got out of her car to pee on the lane. This amazing scene, captured by a passing motorist working for a local media, also shows the woman crossing the tracks in her heels before getting back into her car to check her phone without realizing that she was in serious danger. Her vehicle was in the middle of the road and almost caused an accident despite the intervention of several people who tried to warn other cars of the impending danger. Finally, the woman was arrested by the local police. Now it's your turn to tell us in comments which of these people you think was the most stupid.
Hey, that was funny. That guy was funny. For me, the stupidest one was the girl, the lady trying to put her bike over the fence. Not the fence, but the thingy. That was doing the video. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, see you guys next time. Goodbye.